Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Pregame from the Pond, Madison Mallard Pregame Show. Derek Brizendine alongside Garrett Weller. And Garrett, we're in for a special ride here the next couple days.
Not only do we have a bunch of baseball entertainment going on the next 2 or 3 days, we also have off in downtown Madison, we got Shake the Lake going on, sponsored by the Mallards and Festival Foods and other partners. And it's hectic, but it's fun. And that's the best part.
And it started out absolutely awesome last night, crushing Kenosha. What a performance.
Yeah, the team really had to step it up after losing 5-2 in Kenosha on Thursday, which we had about 2 or 3 hits before the ninth inning. So they were like, we need to get back within a game of Kenosha. Might as well do it the best way we know how, getting it over the wall.
And, it was very interesting. Last weekend when Kenosha was here, we faced both Sirio and Garcia. Last week, we roughed up Sirio, and then Garcia got the best of us. And then this week, in the home and home, Josh Sirio got the best of us. But, man, did we put it to Garcia.
Yeah, we definitely switched around who we were going to beat up on. Sirio on Thursday was spectacular, lights out, and his family was there to celebrate with them. And he goes to EW Parkside, which is pretty close to Kenosha. And then Rico came out here last night, and I think the first four batters all got hits: a single, home run, a double, and a single, and then a walk.
And it was a game where the Mallards jumped out 4-0 quick, and you thought this thing's going to get out of hand. Very next half inning, Kenosha scores a couple runs.
Yeah, the way it was looking, it almost seemed like both pitchers did not have what they needed to get through a game, and it's just gonna be an onslaught of who can give up the least amount of runs. But Mallards all of a sudden toughed it out. Bauer, a little rough in that second inning, but toned it down, and then he pitched a solid 6 innings after that. And Gruner came in, Grant Springer came in the last 3 innings, and he only gave up 1 run. So everyone, bunkered down pitching-wise, and then the offense just kept rolling, throwing. I've never seen a ball go over the Diamond Center sign out there, which is about 15, 20 feet high compared to the rest of the wall, which is about 4 or 5 feet. So he definitely got a hold of that one.
I'd say Frost got a hold of that one, and Alec, who usually does the show here, he was sitting next to me, and all I heard was carry ball, carry ball, carry ball, and before you knew it, that thing left the deepest part of the ballpark. It was a blast.
Yeah, we had, I think, Gonsolin on first base, and he was not really running on that. He kind of ran halfway to first, just kind of stood there like, that's going to be an out. Oh, hey, all right, let's go. Let's get all the way around the bases here. So everyone in the press box are all like, is that, and it is, all right, home run. And then right after that, Gene Ramirez was like, let me show you guys what I can do. Boom! And I was like, okay, that's a real home run.
that was absolutely over.
Oh, yeah.
That was a blast, too. And Gonsolin, he started out the night with a home run, and his was kind of interesting. Hit there between the fence that separates the backyard and the wall, and you couldn't really tell from the field if it was over, but the Quack Pack made a compelling argument, and they ended up giving him the home run anyways. And those bats were just a spark plug we needed last night.
Yeah, and especially being down 2 games with 5 to go, you need the wins. And best way to guarantee wins is at least scoring 11 runs. Very hard for a team to lose when you score 11 runs.
And as we sit right now, Madison is only 1 game back of Kenosha. And Green Bay's right there with them with 1 game. And then it's Lakeshore at 2, and then La Crosse at 2.5. It's still clumped.
Yeah, a lot of these teams are dealing with rainouts and other situations where not everyone will fully be able to play the 36 games in the first half. So there's going to be maybe a team or two that's going to get a win and end up, half a game above someone else. You never know. But then, of course, these other teams will get to make up games in the second half, and maybe they can use that to their advantage. But I definitely know we're tied with Green Bay right now as a game back, but Green Bay has 1 less win, 1 less loss, and percentage-wise is better.
And percentages is what it could come down to here.
Yep.
You never know, because tonight we have Rapids, tomorrow Rapids again, and then Monday could be a blast. Doubleheader at La Crosse. It could be for that South Division title. You never know.
Yeah, interesting, when I was in Kenosha, I was also looking at their schedule, and their doubleheader is on Tuesday, so they get the off day Monday. So no matter what we do on Monday, we can win all the next 4 games. We're still gonna have to wait around Tuesday and be scoreboard watching. And I'm sure most of those Mallard players, knowing that at least we have a game up on someone, or if we're still in the thick of it, they're gonna be watching all these scores happening while Lakeshore and Kenosha gun it out Tuesday night for a home and home over there, and they're only about an hour away. So things are going to get very interesting, and you got to really stay up to date on what the scores are and what the records are.
And that's going to be a great game there. It's just going to be a great weekend for baseball. But today, you only take one game at a time.
Yep. We got Rapids coming in there. They I don't think they're in the playoff race anymore. Still a competitive team, but we've had their number this year. We already swept them once here, went back up there, and at least got 1 win. So we're doing pretty good compared to them, and something about just Rapids coming here, I feel like we're going to be able to knock them around just like we did with Kenosha last night.
And as we look at the other games here, another key to look at is Mankato at Kenosha. Mankato, kind of relying on them to get a win here. We really need them to help us out. And another one that's really interesting is the fact that the Lakeshore game tonight actually got postponed, so they're not going to be playing.
Yeah.
So there's a half game either way there, no matter what we do.
Yeah, no matter what other teams are doing, as long as we take care of business, get these 4 wins. 4 wins could be pretty hard to get. 3 wins, I'm feeling pretty good about things. As long as we do what we can do, we can't control what other people do. We can root against them, but if they don't even have games, whatever happens, I guess. You never know.
And I think the best thing I heard last night was when Chris Oldak was interviewing Gene Ramirez, and he said, "Gene, I'm going to ask you, what's the magic number to get into the playoffs?" And Gene looked at him and said, "Let's just win all 4." At that point, you've done all you can do.
Yeah. If we win all 4, knowing Kenosha, they had their 8 or 7 game losing streak, and now they're back to losing again. So they've only had 1 win in probably the past 9 games. We've turned it around pretty fast. I think we have 8 wins in the last 9 games. And if you just take care of business, someone on the other side should falter. Hopefully.
And tonight, big man Nate Hoffman on the bump. Should be a great night for the Mallards here.
Yeah, pitcher out of Middle Tennessee State. He's been pretty solid for us, one of the fan favorites a little bit. As long as he just gets things going good, the starting pitcher's ERA has been pretty good the past couple of games. Almost 48 innings or so we had scoreless before we lost to Kenosha, giving up 3 or 4 runs by our starter that game, but still, like last night, giving up 2 runs in 6 innings. You can work with 2 runs in 6 innings as a starter. I'll take it as long as the offense is popping them out like that. You can give up as many runs as you want and still win with 11 runs in a game.
Well, it's very exciting. Ready for this game. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you back here tomorrow.